It means family, and maybe that is exactly what makes this bond so special. For me, it's always been clear. The dream is still alive, and I'm proud to be chasing it together. Those were the powerful words from Charles Leclerc as he officially confirmed that he would be staying with Ferrari for longer, the most iconic team in Formula One and the squad that has become a huge part of his identity. Over the years, his name and Ferrari have become almost impossible to separate, making this commitment feel even bigger. You could hear the emotion in his voice when he delivered those words. This was not just another contract announcement or a routine racing update. It sounded personal, genuine, and full of passion. Ferrari is far more than a company or employer to Leclerc. It is the racing family he has invested so much of himself into, and the place where he hopes to finally reach the top and capture the Formula One World Championship he has been chasing for years. He and Ferrari would have hoped that the success they dreamed about would have arrived by now. This partnership has been years in the making, stretching all the way back to 2016 when Leclerc joined Ferrari's junior academy as a rising young talent. From the very beginning, he was seen as one of the brightest prospects in motorsport, and Ferrari invested heavily in his development. After gaining valuable experience and proving his speed with Ferrari's customer team Sauber, he earned a promotion to the factory Ferrari squad in 2019, a move that many saw as the start of a new era for the famous team. Since stepping into one of the most demanding seats in Formula One, Leclerc has continued to show why Ferrari placed so much faith in him. He has battled some of the best drivers in the world, delivered stunning qualifying performances, and produced race wins that reminded everyone of his elite talent. Over just more than 7 seasons with the Scuderia, the 28-year-old has collected 8 victories and 52 podium finishes, building an impressive record despite facing several difficult seasons and intense competition at the front of the grid. His loyalty and consistency have also earned him a special place in Ferrari's history books. In fact, Leclerc is now Ferrari's second most capped driver in Formula One history, trailing only the legendary Michael Schumacher, the 7-time world champion who helped define one of the most dominant periods the sport has ever seen. That statistic alone highlights just how important Leclerc has become to the team and its future plans. Yet for all the milestones, podiums, and memorable moments, one major goal continues to hang over this partnership. The championship that both Leclerc and Ferrari desperately want remains frustratingly out of reach. Ferrari's last Drivers' Championship came back in 2007, while the team's most recent Constructors' Championship arrived in 2008. For a team with such a rich history, that long wait has become a major talking point across the Formula One world. Although Ferrari has started this season looking stronger and more competitive than they did last year, they still find themselves chasing pace-setters Mercedes. The gap may not be impossible to close, but if Ferrari and Leclerc want to finally turn years of promise into championship glory, they know the biggest challenges are still ahead of them. That long wait for championship success has not stopped Leclerc from putting his faith in Ferrari and committing his future to the team. Despite the ups and downs, the near misses, and the pressure that comes with racing for Formula One's most famous name, he has made it clear where he wants to be. Ferrari chose not to reveal the exact length of the new agreement, but sources indicate that Leclerc's previous contract already stretched until at least the end of 2027 through various options. This latest extension reportedly pushes his stay beyond the end of 2028, showing just how strong the commitment is between both sides. It is a major statement from both Leclerc and Ferrari. If those timelines prove accurate, the deal will keep the Monegasque star with the Scuderia well into his 30s and mark more than a decade spent with the team. In modern Formula One, where driver moves can happen quickly and loyalties are often tested, that kind of long-term partnership is becoming increasingly rare. It also would not be surprising if the agreement contains mechanisms that allow both parties to continue working together even longer should the relationship remain successful and competitive in the years ahead. As with every top driver in Formula One, Leclerc and his management team would have carefully examined every possible option before making such a significant decision. They would have looked across the grid, assessed rival projects, and weighed up where the best opportunities for future success might exist. However, the alternatives were far from convincing. Mercedes and McLaren appear to have their long-term plans largely in place, while Aston Martin has struggled to deliver the major leap forward that many expected. When all the possibilities were put side by side, Ferrari remained the destination that made the most sense, both professionally and personally, for a driver who still believes his biggest achievements can come in red. Leclerc also has something that cannot easily be measured on a timing screen or found in a contract clause. He knows Ferrari inside and out. After spending so many years within the organization, he understands how the team operates, how decisions are made, and what it takes to handle the enormous expectations that come with representing Formula One's most iconic brand. That level of familiarity can be a huge advantage in a sport where stability is often difficult to find. Another major factor behind his commitment is the trust he has in team boss Fred Vasseur. Their relationship goes back many years and has been built through different stages of Leclerc's career. He raced under Vasseur in the junior categories at ART, made his Formula One debut with Sauber while Vasseur was leading the team, and has continued working alongside him since Vasseur took charge of Ferrari in 2023. Few driver-team principal pairings on the grid share that kind of history and mutual understanding. Leclerc is also known to enjoy a strong relationship with Ferrari's senior leadership, including President John Elkann and CEO Benedetto Vigna. Those connections have helped create a level of trust and alignment throughout the organization, reinforcing the belief that both sides remain fully invested in achieving their long-term goals together. Not many of Leclerc's rivals can point to the kind of deep-rooted connections he has built throughout Ferrari. While plenty of drivers move between teams in search of opportunities, Leclerc has spent years strengthening his place within the organization, creating strong relationships from the garage all the way up to the highest levels of management. That sense of trust and loyalty is something that cannot be developed overnight, and it has become one of the defining features of his Ferrari journey. The 28-year-old is also hugely popular with Ferrari's passionate supporters, the famous Tifosi. Wherever Ferrari races, Leclerc is often one of the biggest attractions, with fans proudly wearing red and cheering him on at every opportunity. His popularity extends far beyond the grandstands as well. Inside Ferrari's headquarters in Maranello and among the countless engineers, mechanics, and staff members who dedicate their lives to the team, Leclerc has earned enormous respect. For many supporters, he represents the future of Ferrari and has become one of the most admired figures associated with the team in recent years. His decision to commit his future even further to Ferrari is only likely to strengthen that reputation. It sends a powerful message that he still believes in the project and remains determined to achieve something special with the Scuderia. That kind of commitment can provide an extra boost throughout the organization, motivating everyone involved to push even harder in the search for the performance needed to end Ferrari's nearly two-decade wait for championship success. It is also obvious how much it matters to Leclerc that any future world title comes with Ferrari. That passion is often visible during race weekends, whether through emotional radio messages or honest comments after difficult races. Those moments are not simply frustration for the sake of it. They reflect how deeply invested he is in the team's success and how desperately he wants Ferrari to return to the very top of Formula One. The goal is not just personal glory, but delivering a championship for every mechanic, engineer, and staff member who has worked tirelessly toward that dream. That makes his latest decision even more significant. Despite still having at least 18 months remaining on his previous agreement, and despite Ferrari still searching for its first race victory of the 2026 season, Leclerc has chosen to sign a fresh deal. Rather than looking elsewhere or waiting to see how circumstances develop, he has doubled down on his belief in Ferrari and committed himself to the long-term mission of bringing championship glory back to Maranello. Ferrari will be delighted to have secured Leclerc's future after investing so much time, effort, and belief in his development over the years. The team has always known they had a special talent on their hands, and they also know that drivers of his caliber are always in demand across the Formula One paddock. Locking him into a long-term deal removes any uncertainty and gives Ferrari one of the strongest foundations they could ask for as they continue building toward championship success. There is no question about Leclerc's ability behind the wheel. He is incredibly fast, especially over a single lap, and many consider him one of the greatest qualifiers Formula One has ever seen. Time and time again, he has produced stunning performances when it matters most, extracting every bit of performance from the car. Beyond his speed, he has also grown into a leader capable of inspiring the people around him and helping drive the team forward through both the highs and the lows. At just 28 years old, there is every reason to believe he could remain a front-running force in Formula One for many years to come. The extension also gives Ferrari valuable stability on one side of the garage. On the other side, they are in a strong position as well, with Lewis Hamilton contracted until at least the end of 2027 and recently making it clear that retirement is not currently on his mind. Having two world-class drivers under contract gives Ferrari a platform that many teams would envy. With the driver lineup now largely settled, Ferrari can turn its full focus toward the areas that matter most: improving the car, developing the power unit, and finding the extra performance needed to challenge Mercedes at the front. The mission is simple but enormous: close the gap, win races consistently, and finally bring championship glory back to Maranello after such a long wait. Do you think Charles Leclerc will finally win a Formula One World Championship with Ferrari, or will the wait continue? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss any future Formula One updates and breaking stories. Thanks for watching!